Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time where I talk to you about my thoughts, my take on the $600 a week unemployment boost. I've done many videos on my channel talking about the supporters and the detractors of the $600 a week booster. I've compared the $600 a week unemployment booster with the back to work bonus. But I've had a lot of comments and a lot of questions asking about my personal take on this situation, and I'm happy to share it with you here. I think all of us are anxious, all of us are frustrated, many of us are angry with the way things are being handled because this whole situation has been thrust upon us and is no fault of our own. And here's my personal opinion on this, and again, it's just a personal opinion, take it for what it's worth. Regardless of whether you're red or blue, this is an impossible situation for any government. It doesn't matter who was in the House, who was in the Senate, and it doesn't matter who was in the White House. This is an impossible situation, and no matter what the government does, no matter what the House does, the Senate does, the President does, no matter whether they're red or blue, and again, for me, it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white, and blue. No matter what happens, there are going to be unhappy individuals. It is impossible for the government to make sure that every single person is taken care of. It's just a statistical impossibility. What the government can try and do, and I believe they're trying to do what they can, but I don't agree with a lot of the things that are going on, and there's definitely room for improvement. There's no question about that. But what the government is trying to do is to try and help the maximum number of people as best as they can. I believe the Republicans are doing what they think is best, trying to encourage a back to work bonus, and I believe the Democrats are doing what they think is best, which is trying to expand unemployment benefits. I also believe that there is no one perfect solution. I do not think one simple solution for the whole country exists, simply because we are at different stages of the pandemic at different parts of the country. Every individual scenario, every individual circumstance is different. I just want to be clear. I do not believe that there is a conspiracy on the part of the Republicans or the Democrats to hurt a certain number of people or to ignore, neglect, disenfranchise a certain sector of the population. I don't believe that at all. I do believe in the system of US government. I do believe that in the end, we will get through this, but it's going to be hard. Whichever way you look at it, some individuals are going to not get as much help as other individuals. I also believe that fundamentally, and I will be doing other videos on this on my channel, I do believe fundamentally the system is rigged. I do believe the system is imbalanced in favor of banks, in favor of large businesses, in favor of large corporations. When you get a chance, you should check out the video I did on how the US government gets its money. The US government gets a majority of its money from the taxes of low-wage earners, middle-income earners, of individuals who are on a W-2 income. Corporations, on the other hand, are paying less and less taxes, and specifically, corporations are now paying a very low tax rate because the tax rates were slashed with this administration. So all in all, the system is definitely rigged in favor of the larger corporations, in favor of larger banks. But I think the fact that we've been discussing the $600 a week unemployment booster, and I do believe that we've built a community on my channel of individuals who want to see the booster, who want to be able to get through this crisis with some help from the government. I do believe that the fact that we are discussing this to such a degree, and the fact that this is such a passionate subject, actually tells us a lot about ourselves. Here's what I mean by that. I think that at some point in time, when the $600 a week federal booster goes away, at some point in time, it's going to go away. At some point in time, we need to be able to re-engineer our skills. We need to make ourselves more valuable to employers. We need to make ourselves more amenable to finding new jobs. I know it doesn't look like it's possible right now. And again, please don't jump to conclusions as you're watching this and think that I'm blaming someone. I'm not. My position is I'm in favor of help for those who need it the most. So I do believe that individuals who need help the most, and I do believe there's some talk been thrown around about a certain income threshold below which individuals will get help through the next stimulus package. I do believe individuals who need help the most should get it. I do not believe that individuals who are successful, who have money, who have savings, should get as much help as someone who's making less money and who has less savings. Now, the government, now think about this, the government knows how much money individuals are making. But the government does not necessarily know how much money you have saved. So in short, the only threshold that the government is going to use when they decide to provide help is going to be a person's income level, a person's work history, a person's job history, because they have to rely on certain data points. So if the government, for example, knows that you're making less than $40,000 a year, they can now pass a law that says, hey, individuals making less than X amount should get further stimulus. If they know individuals don't have a job, they can now pass a law saying these individuals can now get some level of unemployment benefits. That's where the $600 FPUC booster came in. That's where the PUA program came in. That's where the 13-week PEUC extension came in, which, by the way, is available through December 2020 at the time I'm recording this video. But the one thing that the government doesn't know, and the one thing that no one is talking about in all of this, is your savings rate. Individuals who have savings, and I have done another video about this, individuals who have savings. Now listen, bear with me here. Don't just, click out of the video because you're like, oh, I don't have savings. What's he talking about? Just track with me here, because you're about to have a big breakthrough if you hang with me here. Individuals who have savings, regardless of how much money they make, are financially stronger, have the ability to get through pretty much any type of crisis. Because when you have savings, you have the peace of mind, you have the flexibility to get through an economic crisis like this. When you don't have savings, that's when the reliance on a $600 a week booster, that's when the reliance on the stimulus check comes in. And again, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that that is an economic, that is an objective, that is a numerical, that is a financial reality. So what is the bottom line at the end of the day after all this? At some point in time, when the boosters go away, when the stimulus check talks die down, we need to be able to re-engineer our skills. We need to be able to find new jobs. We need to be able to learn new skills of making money. This is America, and I know we can. So back to the $600 a week federal booster. I believe that individuals who need help the most should get it. There are some individuals who don't need help as much as certain other individuals. So the government can't simply hand out money in an unlimited manner to all individuals. Again, there is no way a $600 a week federal booster makes sense for all unemployed individuals all across the country, because it is fundamentally imbalanced. It was done in March, it was done in April because there was an emergency. Again, before you jump to a conclusion and think that I'm not in favor of the $600 a week booster, think again. I'm talking about individuals who need help the most getting it. Individuals who don't need help should not be getting that much help, because at the end of the day, we're driving our country deeper and deeper into debt. We're already well over $25 trillion in debt at the time I'm recording this training. And the money that's coming for all the stimulus, for all these unemployment benefits, is essentially borrowed money. At some point in time in the future, we're going to have to pay back this money by way of taxes. And so this money is going to be paid back at some point in time. So what I think we need to do now is help those who need it the most. Our system is fundamentally geared to make the rich richer. I know that for a fact. And our system is fundamentally geared to keep the poor at a certain level and make it hard for them to get and to overcome the cycle of poverty. I know that doesn't sound very good, but that's the truth, and I'm here on my channel to tell you the truth. What you need to do is ask yourself, fundamentally re-engineer your mindset towards money. And by the way, that's what my channel is about. Speaking of my channel, if you don't know about my story, I do have a rags to riches story, and you can check out my story on the home page of the Ignition Time channel. I'll also link to it here in the video. I essentially came to the United States with nothing, and I was able to build a successful business and then multiple successful businesses, and then have a life of my dreams with several employees who do all the work for me. That's what allows me to professionally create content, professionally roll out this channel in a consistent manner, and continue to provide high quality information for you, because I have a whole team behind me and I have a whole team supporting me. So what happens is, when you get to a certain level, things start to get a lot easier. But until you get to that level, things are very difficult, very challenging. And then if you don't have the financial buffer, the savings, you find yourself in a situation where you're asking for unemployment benefits and stimulus checks. And none of us want to be asking for that. But we do feel, and I'll tell you, rightly so, that we should get help. My point is, individuals who need help the most should get that help. Not everyone should be getting the help, because not everyone needs it. That is my point. plain and simple. At the end of the day, we do need to get back to work when it is safe. I want to be very clear. The back to work bonus that the Republicans have talked about does make sense when it is safe. In fact, there could be many arguments about, hey, why even give people a bonus to get back to work? That's a whole different discussion. Remember, when the government rolls out policies or when the government rolls out initiatives or proposals, they are trying to cast a wide net, as wide a net as possible. It is impossible for the United States government to take every single scenario into consideration. You need to be aware of that. The decisions made by the government are designed to cast a wide net and to result in the maximum benefit to a maximum number of individuals. And I do believe that we should have faith in the system, have faith in the government, regardless of our personal feelings about the red or the blue. We have a chance to make our voice heard because the election's coming up, and I know what I'm going to do, and I'm sure you know what you're going to do as well. But the important thing here is, let's have faith in the government, let's have faith in the system that we will get through this, regardless of where your ideologies, regardless of where your loyalties lie. Because I do believe that the system ultimately works. It may look like the system is not working right now, but I have faith in the system. Maybe I'm an optimist, but that's just the way I am. I've said this before on my channel. If the glass is half empty, I'm going to say that, hey, it's half full. If the glass is 3/4 empty, I'm going to say, hey, it's 1/4 full. So I do believe that we will find our way out of this, and I have talked about this elsewhere in my channel. First, there needs to be some element of safety, because when there's some element of safety, when a vaccine comes along, then we have what I call as the elimination of fear. Once the fear is gone, businesses start to reopen. Once businesses start to reopen, jobs start to come back. Also, when schools start to reopen, this is very, very important. My wife and I have 2 young children at home, and daycare is closed right now. So, that impacts our dynamic, and, I have to take care of the kids, she has to take care of the kids, and we have to tag team. But as schools start to reopen, parents can now get back to work. When individuals get back to work, they now have more income coming in, they now can spend more, they can go out more, and that leads to a rejuvenation of the economy. And along the way, people re-engineer their skills, and then we emerge stronger as a country, which is where we will end up being. We will look back at this historic time. We will look back at this horrific time, and we will learn lessons that will shape our lives and our children's lives and our future for generations. That's what I believe. There will be some individuals who, as a result of this crisis, simply capitulate. I will not let that be you. I will not let my subscribers, I will not let my viewers lose hope, lose faith. I want you to have faith in the system. I just want to be clear. I have complete faith in the system, even though it looks like the system doesn't work now. I have traveled all over the world. I've actually had the chance to speak with government officials in different parts of the world. And I can tell you that the United States system, as imperfect as it may seem, as messed up as it may seem, as bipartisan as it may seem, is a better system than many, many other parts of the world. And I know there'll be individuals who disagree, who'll talk about Canada, who'll talk about Germany and this, that, and the other. We are a bigger country. We are a more complex country. We have more problems. We also have more opportunity. The GDP of America is well over $20 trillion, which is significantly more than the GDP of countries like Canada and Germany. When you have a bigger country, you have more complex problems. As far as the $600 a week federal booster is concerned, I do believe it should go to those who need it the most. And I do believe some individuals will be able to get out of this, will be able to recover from this faster than other individuals. We must help individuals who need it the most. I have lived my life that way. I'm actually doing it, and I encourage you to do it as well. Pay it forward, show strength, and try and help individuals who are less fortunate than you, because we will get through this together and we will emerge infinitely stronger. I think that at the end of the day, complaining about the government doesn't do anything. What does do something is writing letters to the government. What does do something is talking to your senators, having a meaningful, constructive dialogue with lawmakers to let them know where we stand. And that is what we need to do. We should not be retreating into our shells and having negative thoughts and complaining about things and having these kinds of conspiracy theories which just sound good, which are a complete waste of time because they are not rooted in reality. That's what I believe, and I appreciate you watching my video. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. I am here for you. I will lead you forward. I will show you the way, and I will teach you to emerge from this financially, so you have a financial buffer, so that you don't have to talk about all of these things that are a major topic of conversation at the time I'm recording this video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.